If you go to work as a nurse and you've been having a terrible day at home, it's going to be all over you. But when you're feeling happy, you're feeling, cheerful, you're feeling grateful, you feel heard, you feel listened to, it makes a huge difference. Hi and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the NHS pay and NHS pay rise. So obviously there's been a lot of noise and a lot of pressure on the government to increase pay for NHS staff, nurses, carers, healthcare assistants, just people really that work for the NHS, because currently I think we all know that the pay isn't really the best if you are a junior staff, because the cost of living is obviously higher than how much we're earning as healthcare professionals. And even though our role is so vital in the society, in the community, in the hospital, in the trust, in nursing homes, in social care, just everywhere, our role is so vital, but we are still the lowest paid graduates in the UK, basically. So I'm just reflecting on the supposed pay rise and just saying that as far as I'm concerned, we are never going to have a pay rise that is high enough to compensate for the cost of living. So what should you do instead? It's thinking about other ways and other things that you can do to enhance your earnings, and that is really what this video is about. That's what this channel is about. Career progression for nurses, carers, student nurses in the UK, and then starting that side hustle. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, just hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification button, because you want to be the first to be notified when I drop a new video. These are my views, these are my personal ideas, these are just my own opinions. Obviously it doesn't represent any organization or anyone else. So I think that praying and hoping for a pay rise from the government, who have obviously no understanding of what it means to be a nurse, of what it means to be a healthcare professional, of what it means to care for COVID patients, of what it means to leave your own children who are unwell, sick, to go out and care for other people, because that is how dedicated we are to our profession. I've had times when my own family has been unwell, basically, and I've gotten out of my way to go to work thinking, oh my god, they're going to be short-staffed. I really cannot afford to miss this shift. I really cannot afford to stay home. So those are the sacrifices that we make. And some people who are not in healthcare, for example, it's very easy to say, well, that's your job, that's what you should do. But I'm going to tell you that it's not easy. When you go through all those challenges, when you go through those sacrifices, when you go through those experiences, giving up your own pleasure, giving up your own happiness, giving up your own relatives to care for your patients, the least that you expect is to be well paid for it, to be honest, is to be well paid. But I don't think that this is coming. I don't think that we're going to get a decent pay rise anytime soon. And the reason I think so is because when you look at the trend and how much they increase the pay, it is such small amounts that it barely makes any difference. Just to put this into perspective, this year the government already announced a pay rise for NHS staff. So I got my pay slip this month, and I think because they said they were going to backdate the pay, apparently between April, even though I'm quite a senior nurse now, between April 2022 and September 2022, I got about £400 extra, which means that if I'm getting £400 or £500 extra for how many months is that? So April, May, June, July, August, September. Oh my goodness, that's 6 months. Which means that for 6 months, I got about £400 or £500 extra pay. So if you look at £400 and you divide by 6 months, how much is that? How much is that really worth? How much is, that increase? Is it really a life-changing amount? Because if your pay is increasing by £400 in 6 months, it means that you had a pay rise of £800, for the entire year. To me, it isn't worth all the extra hassle and bustle and everything that they're going on about the pay rise and this and that. It just isn't worth it. And what I'm saying is you need to be looking for different strategies to earn more, to increase your income if you are a healthcare professional in the UK. Because look, whether you're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a carer, you're a radiologist, radiographer, physiotherapist, occupational therapist, we're all in the same position. Relying on the government to increase our pay such that it goes to the level of inflation is not going to happen, because of obvious reasons they're going to say, oh no, if we increase the pay we're going to stop treatment. It's never going to happen. So you've got to be smart, you've got to think about all the ways. And look, on this channel I do videos about entrepreneurship. I am somebody who is heavily invested in entrepreneurship, and the reason why is because I've gone through those periods where I'm really into my nursing journey. I'm really sacrificing myself, I'm putting myself out there, I'm working extra shift to support with staffing shortages and all that, but at the end of the month I'm still broke. I did that for quite a long time, as a junior nurse, and I was just going round the circle and come back to the same point. So if you want to earn more, you need to be thinking about other strategies. You need to get out of the rat race of relying on somebody in government to increase your pay, which is never ever going to really make such a difference, because they will never be able to increase your pay in such a way that we can really sit and say, look, we're earning a good amount. I don't think it's going to happen, because they'll just say, oh, we're going to stop chemotherapy, we're going to stop radiotherapy, we're going to stop giving the best medication, we're going to close hospitals, we're going to stop recruiting more staff. Those are the sorts of things that are going to come up just to make the healthcare professionals feel guilty, just to make us as healthcare professionals feel that it is our responsibility to give up a good pay so that our patients can get better care. But that's not what it should be about. We should be well paid for what we're doing, but yes, our patients should still continue to get the access to the best services. Absolutely, they should continue to get the best treatment that is available. They should continue to not have to wait on the waiting list for years and years and deteriorate. Until you need to think smart. If you're a healthcare professional and you're watching this video, you need to be thinking smart, and the earlier you start thinking smart and engaging your brain, the better. Because look, we are not going to get any pay rise that is close to what we deserve. Neither is it going to be close to the amount that is ever going to make a difference in your quality of life, to say, look, I can have a lie in this weekend because I'm earning enough. It's not going to happen, because people who are not in healthcare don't have any understanding of what we go through as healthcare professionals. And that's why they say things like, oh, you chose a profession, so you should get on with it. No, that's not the point. That is not the point. I still can be a very good nurse and still demand that I should be better paid. It doesn't mean that because I'm demanding better pay, that makes me any less of a nurse than somebody who is just putting up with the low pay and going to food banks. No. So in the next section of this video, I'm going to be telling you what you should do instead. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification button, because look, you want to be the first to be notified every day when I drop a new video. So basically, you need to make sure that you're progressing in your career. You need to make sure that if you're a band 2, you need to find a way to progress to band 3, to band 4, to band 5, to band 6. If you're band 6, you need to find a way to progress to band 7. Because look, when you progress from one band to another, your pay increases by about 8 to 10,000 pounds. And this is what I call a pay rise. Imagine that if you give yourself, say, 3 years and you progress between the bands, you're going to be earning a lot more. And that's why even one of the government ministers did say that they've already put a lot of money for senior nurses, which means that as nurses are progressing in their careers, they are able to earn more. And that was a justification that they gave for the small, tiny little pay rise that they offered, saying that nurses can already progress and earn a lot more in those senior positions. Look, this is true. Because if you want to earn more, you need to be willing to invest in your career growth and development. You need to be heavily invested in your professional development. And when I say professional development, it's you taking responsibility. It's not you blaming your manager for why you haven't progressed. It's not you blaming racism, for why you haven't progressed. It's not you blaming everyone else, as to why you haven't or have done a particular thing. You need to own the process. You need to own your own career. You need to own, the process of progression that you need. If you don't have the information that you need to find out. Again, if you check the link in the description box below, you'll see links that I've put to my private coaching program. If this is something that you're interested in, career progression, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I want to specialize as a nurse and anesthetics, I want to become an advanced nurse practitioner, I want to become a specialist nurse, then it's worth checking out my private coaching and mentorship program, because I've actually done online courses that walk you through everything that you need to know to become an advanced nurse practitioner, everything you need to know to become like 13 different specialist nursing pathways, like nurse lecturer, research nurse, diabetes nurse. This includes interview questions, what you need to say. Literally everything is in the program. So when you join the program, you have access to this information. Not only that, but you've also got access to me, coaching and mentoring you through that process. If you have an interview, you have one-to-one sessions, obviously you need to make sure you choose the right plan, because there are different membership plans. But either way, whatever one you choose, you're still going to get the support obviously that you need, and the support that you rightfully deserve, and most importantly, without any judgments, which is the best part of it. You also get to interact with other members of the program during our weekly live sessions, which is quite a good thing, because not only do you have other ideas, learn from other people, but you can also just share your own thoughts. You can begin to listen to what other people are doing, what they're thinking, and it helps as well. So if you're a carer and you're thinking of transitioning into nursing, I highly recommend this program. You need to check the description box below. You need to join the program, because you need to be progressing. You cannot continue to be stagnant in the same position, hoping that the government is going to increase your pay by £800 per year. £800 per year. By the time you pay taxes and everything, you've got nothing left. So it is not really worth it. That's what I'm trying to say. So you have to be smart. You need to invest in your own career progression. You need to be able to find out what are the best courses to study. If you want to progress, what should you be doing? What are the strategies that you need in order to progress? And if you're new to the UK, this is even so important, because it's not so obvious. Because some people think, okay, if I go and do a course, then surely I'm going to be a senior nurse. It doesn't work like that. If you have any questions, by the way, just leave them in the comment section. I'm going to be there, interacting with you, answering those questions. Just leave any comments in the comment section below, and I'll be there to just answer them and clarify any doubts that you may have. So career progression is something that I cannot underestimate. Even if you're thinking you don't want to be in nursing, you need to still progress, because when you progress, it changes your mindset. It changes the level of interaction that you're having, the people you're interacting with. I'm sorry, I'm not saying it's different. You're interacting with a different category of people. You have people who are into private contracts. You have people who are into various side businesses. Even just the information that they have, it really helps you to continue to progress as well, not only in your professional journey, but in your private life as well. And if I'm somebody who is heavily invested in entrepreneurship, I don't advise any nurse to rely on their nursing pay only. It does not work, because you're going to retire broke, you're going to retire stressed, you're going to retire like a wretched somebody. And it's not fair when you've worked so incredibly hard supporting people to regain their independence and regain their health, which is something that none of us can put a price. You cannot put a price to what we do as healthcare professionals. So it's but fair that we get a reward that we deserve. And look, if someone else is not going to give us that reward, we need to find a way to get this ourselves. And that is where entrepreneurship comes in. So first, you need to find those high value skills. So if you're working now, wherever you are, you need to try and develop those high value skills, because the high value lucrative skills, as I call them, those are the skills that you need. Even if tomorrow you're moving to another country, you're leaving the NHS, you want to go private, those are the skills that you need. You need those high value skills so that you can excel, you can thrive, you can be able to earn more, you can command higher pay, higher salary, and why not? So that's why I'm so interested in not only my own career progression, but yours as well, to make sure that we're progressing together, to make sure that we're going through that journey together, to make sure that nobody's left behind. So check out my bootcamp nursing career bootcamp. Make sure that you join the program, because you're going to get the support that you need, that you deserve, and you're going to really be able to gain that clarity that you need to continue to grow, to continue to excel, to take your UK nursing journey to the next level. And if you're a carer, obviously band 2, the pay, it's just not enough. If you have a family to sustain, you've got children to look after, you've got, whether you've got a partner or not, or you're a single mom, single dad, it's just not easy. With bills being over double our pay, you need to think about other strategies. You need to think about other smart ways that you can increase your pay, rather than being reliant on government officials actually doing that for us. So just make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, this is the opportunity. Hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification button, because when I drop a video, you want to be the first to be notified. And then make sure you're implementing this information. And if you're struggling with the implementation, again, just contact me. It's something that we can work on together, just so you've got the accountability that you need, that you deserve, in order to thrive, to excel in your career, to live the best nursing life that you can live. It shouldn't be all stress. It shouldn't be all brokenness. It shouldn't be all about overdraft. It shouldn't be all about, being just plonky and feeling demoralized. No. You need to go to work every day with your head up, shoulders high, filled with pride and joy for what you're doing. Because this is going to transfer into your patients. The quality of patient care that you deliver is directly proportional to your own state of mind. And this is what people don't understand. If you go to work as a nurse and you've been having a terrible day at home, it's going to be all over you. But when you're feeling happy, you're feeling, cheerful, you're feeling grateful, you feel heard, you feel listened to, it makes a huge difference. So keep watching these videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and check the comment section. Leave any comments that you have, and I'll join you in the comment section.